Okay, everybody. I'm just going to go through this. I did this in class, but I also wanted to make sure this is available for you. How to put an image into an actual page. There's two different ways. And the first one is we go on the internet, we copied something. I make sure that's in large format. We talked about that. The minimum PPI should be 750 for either number. Okay. I love it over 1,000, if not more. But what we can do is once it's copied, Control C, you just go up to edit and you paste. And there it is. And here's the cool thing, and I'm going to move this up here. We're going to be looking at these bars that show up. This is brand new. It's not brand new, but it happened a couple months ago, but we're going to go over them. And now that we're in class, we're going to be using them. The coolest thing is I've been telling you Control T, Control T. That means transform. Well, guess what? It's right here. It's in this bar right here. So I click it. Notice you have the 8 boxes we talked about where you can actually make it larger. Control Z, or I can actually hold the Alt button down and notice it zooms in just like this. Then we also have, we can rotate it, and as you can see, I can rotate it arbitrarily, and the number is right there. You can see I'm at 17.1%, or degrees, excuse me, or you can hold that Shift button down, and it does it in increments of 15, which is awesome. But we want to go back to where it was. Once you're done, and it may look pixelated a little bit, it's because it's in transform mode. It pixelates it a little bit more and takes away some of the details so it's easier to move and you can see it real time. Once you're done, hit the commit button right down here. I'll bring this back up here. We'll put it off the side. Yeah, I'll put it up the top. I like to work the up top. We can hit the commit button but wait, let's go over these other two. I can actually, if you hover over it, flip it or flip it. Let's commit it and it's done. Okay. So with that being said, there's another way we can do this. And I'll delete this layer and I'll show you the other way to do this. If you have saved it to your downloads or your document or you have it on your desktop, there's another way to import something. It's clicking this image down here. Again, there's a small box right there. I'll bring it back up here. It says import image. So you have to realize and know where you saved your image and you say import. And that is called right here. It's this one right there. And I say place. And boom, there it is. Again, we have that small box again. It's already in transform mode. So I'll hit that Alt button. Let's make it bigger. And then I'm going to go ahead and commit it. And we're done. And there it is. Okay. That's how that works. And it works out wonderfully. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the new one that comes up. There's a select, subject, and remove backgrounds. Both of them are effective. I have no problem with both of them. I will go through it all. As you see, it has the transform button right here if I want to change it. But no, I'm okay. We're going to commit with it. If you want to keep this up here, notice I keep going over and over. I want to keep it up here. We can come up here and say pin bar position. And no, it'll stay up there. So if I click something else, it should do it. Now, this is something I've gone over class with a few people, but not everybody. If you look over at my layers, and let's make these layers so you can see them a little bit bigger. We're going to go to my panel options. We'll make these large, or at least middle. You're going to notice there's a little gray box here on my thumbnail, okay? And that means that it is a direct object. They can only certain things can be done. What we're going to be doing is we need to have find pixels, okay? What I like to do is, and other things we're going to do is we're going to need the pixels. So what I like you to do is just click over here in the gray, and I come down to rasterize the layer, and I rasterize it, okay? Now, I can still do the mask with the direct select tool, direct select object and things like that, but for later on when we start working, we're going to have to rasterize some things, so let's go ahead and keep it rasterized, okay? And get in that habit. With that saying, let's come up here and let's take a look at what these are. The first one is remove background. The computer's actually going to pick the subject and it's going to actually place a mask on it. We've talked about masks and notice there it is. It does not do what we're looking for because notice we've lost the tails and the actual texture around the fur is just adequate. But if you're in a pinch, you need something done, by all means, do it. Here is your mask over here. Again, I'm not too happy with it, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. Boom, we're going to delete it, good to go. Let's do select subject. Now, I've taught you all these other selection tools in class. I would say 99% of the time, you're going to go with select subject because it's just that good. I'm really impressed with it. It makes some very good decisions, but yet it's not always perfect as we see right here. I want to get that tail in here. So what I'm going to do is going to go back to one of those old school tools I told you. I'm going to go to that quick selection tool. I want to add to my selection, so let's go to the plus sign, and I'm going to slowly drag it down. And it's going to figure out where it is, and it did a pretty good job. And I'm okay with that being missed there. That looks just fine. Okay. With that being said, we know where to go. Our next thing is coming here, and it is selected mask. But I'm going to do that in the next video, so just hold on a second. I stop this and watch the second video.